What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Weapon Collective. My name's Jeff, and another beautiful day on the range. It seems fall just is never ending here, so we're not quite into winter yet and taking advantage of it. So we're out here. I'm excited about this video. I will link to the video that is the part 1 in this series in case you didn't catch it, but this is part 2 in the actual series of the top 5 2011s of 2025. Trying to work it down to the ultimate position, just #1 gun of 2025. We'll go through the contenders really quick, very briefly. So we're starting in no particular order with the Hayes Cobra, the Kovert X RCD. This is the Mod 2 Ray City Defense 4.6 inch pistol. It's the only 4.6, all the others are 5 inch. Then next we have the Cardinal Arms G2P. This is the Kovert X AAF, and just for ease of translation, you could also find this other places, known as the Warfighter. Most likely won't be dressed up in all this pretty DLC black multicam, and it will have a front sight, but small distinctions. And then lastly, we have the Kovert X Dark Forge Reaper. So this is probably, as I said in my part 1 of this video, this is the gun that made the most noise this year, at least from my perception. I got the most questions, contacted the most about the Reaper. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna put 2 of these face to face, go through some drills, and try to take as much of my own personal bias, my own subjectivity out of this. It's going to factor in at some point because I am judging aesthetics and ergonomics for me. But what I'm really trying to do is take that out, and we're going to put it on the clock and try to get metrics and see which gun actually performs best. So what we're going to do is pick names out of a hat and put 2 of these up against each other today. So let's do that right now. I have 5 names in here. Contender number 1 is the AAF, and who's it going up against? This one feels lucky. G2P. That is I mean, there's no 2 guns that I could have picked that I wouldn't say that's gonna be a battle, but this is gonna be a battle. That is this guy versus this guy. That's going to be a competition right there. Okay, 2 mags each warm up. Right? Yeah. These are loud. All right, let's get into the competition. Put down in the comments who you guys predict will emerge the victor between the AAF and the Cardinal G2P. Want to see it. All right, so getting into the actual competition, thinking about it, and as I mentioned, I'm trying to take as much of me out of the equation as possible, trying to do this as unbiased and fairly as I can. Whatever gun I start with is going to have a slight disadvantage just because I'm warming up. So I'm taking the 2 names, G2P and the AAF. Took the other names out of here. I'm gonna put these in the hat, draw for which gun I start with, And then I will just alternate the first gun through the drills as we go in an attempt for neutrality. Okay, so G2P goes first. So let's do that, and we'll get out there and try to shoot well, but fairly. Let's get after it. Okay, so gonna warm up a little bit, but it still counts. So gonna start with draw the first shot to a C zone, and we're at 25 yards. So it's not super spicy, but you know, there's some challenge to it. 1-3-2. 1-2-3. Oh man, that was a bad draw. So a miss. 127. That was a bad draw. 133. Oh, right over his shoulder. It was a 123, but missed. Whoa, that felt like it should have been a hit, man. 128. 125. The 120s I'm okay with. Anywhere in there. 129. Shit. 160. Bad way to end it. 151. So it'll be interesting to see the weight if it stays a little slower, even the good ones. Oh man, that was bad. That was a 135. It's definitely different, noticeable difference. 138. This gun just shoots so well and sits, but it's a lot heavier to move around. This, look at this. It sticks on that shirt, that prickle grip. So let me take it off. Okay, I had to take, it got hot, but this prickle grip, which I really like, but it was snagging on that sleeve. Damn, not looking good. 139. You can, I mean, I think that the weight of the gun is 1/10 of a second slower at average. 132. 131. 131. 128. So getting down there. Two more. 139. All right, next up, with the AAF continuing, we are going to be transitioning 25 yards, A zone, to this little 12-inch plate. I think it's 12-inch, circular steel. Missed the A, 254. 255. Oh, dude, it wiggled, I don't know. 222. So that's new leader in the clubhouse. Missed the A. 225. This is definitely more difficult than the draw to first. 224. 215. Ooh, 207. Oh, shoot. That was a 194, but just high on that disc. 202, getting close. 500ths of a second faster. This is it, this is the last one. So I'm gonna try to burn it down. Ah, 171. So it's doable for sure. Just not right now with this gun. The fastest was a 202. G2P, your turn. Now we're moving on to the G2P. And this is what I just don't know how to factor into the equation as far as fairness goes. Because like I said, the first gun is at a disadvantage. So what we can do, we're gonna keep alternating which gun goes first. But a drill like this, now I have reps and we'll see, maybe I can get under 2. Yeah, we're gonna get it. Oh, that first shot, man, it's getting me. 218, I gotta figure out, because moving, I mean that like, the weight difference throws you off a tad, throws me off a tad. 208. That was a ricochet, just barely hit it, but that was a 190. Oh man, I'm sloppier with this one though. 183. Okay, so that just smoked it, but I've been very sloppy with this gun, but it's fast. This one's faster out of the holster significantly. Okay, 183. So a lot of misses with this, just me trying to go way too fast. And I got it, it won, but just didn't have as good of fundamentals with this, maybe trying to go faster, but it's so much faster out of the holster. Difference, I think, is making up a lot of time from here to here. And then the AAF, the transition, it's a little more to move this way laterally too, but the shots, I made more hits with the AAF that just aren't as fast. But it went first. I think a lot of this is just repping it out. Probably if I had the AAF, I could get under 2 right now. We'll find out at a later date. But give the W to the G2P on this one. It's a good gun, soft. All right, we're moving on to doubles, and we're doing it on cardboard. So it's about 12 yards right here. This hood of the car is a little in the way, but we're gonna be shooting over that. The G2P is running first, and we'll see how she does. Put it on the timer, so it is draw and go to doubles. 1 mag, hopefully in the A zone. Cardinal G2P, doubles. Whoa, there's some high ones. So 587, and I really let that, I broke those shots too early. 5 high. Got a few line breaks I got away with, but it's a line, it counts, man. All right, on to the AAF. Let me grab it. All right, AAF X Covert, onto the doubles. This should be advantage this gun, I would think. Okay, let's look at it. That was a 833?
I don't know about that.
Is that possible?
So the other 5?
Did I have 20 rounds? Because those were all in. Oh, I had 1 high. Yeah, the other one was like 5, 6, 587 or something.
Yeah,
8?
3 seconds long.
It wasn't, right? Is that? All right, so something happened with my timer. It says that was a 8.33, but it looks like it continued on from the last one. So I don't know what happened, but it wasn't 8.33 seconds. The last one was 5.87 with 5 misses. And then this one, we're gonna have to go into the editing, into the camera and get a relative time, but it felt about the same to me. Both mags were 20 rounds. I missed 5 shots, so 15 A's, 5 Charlies with the G2P. And then the AAF, I got 19 alphas and 1 Charlie. We're just trying to figure out the exact time. I blew it on this timer, I did something. But it was not 8 seconds. So the win goes to the AAF just by 19 alphas, because the G2P would get a time penalty for all 5 of those shots. But we just don't have a dead accurate time for the AAF, but we'll find it out in camera. So by the time you're watching this, it'll all be sorted out and I didn't even need to explain it. So on to the next. All right, bill drill. We're running the AAF and 1 mag, so 3 rounds of the bill drill with each gun. Oh, I threw 2 over there, man. I felt that. That was a 207. Just whipped it right out there. Threw 1 left. 214. Come on, bud. I hate Bill.
Freaking Bill.
Frickin' Bill. Okay, this is for all the marbles right here with this gun. That one's clean at a 203. So not, and this one was close, but we got him in there for the record. Let's move to the Cardinal. All right, here we go. Cardinal Arms G2P bill drill. I don't know how many bill drills I've done with this gun. That first shot was, oh, yeah, it felt right. So I think maybe there's 2 out. That was a 204. That was the first shot. That was the last. 2 out. That's how I started with the other one. But faster with this on the first go. Dropped 1, threw 1, high and low. So I went right, left, high, low. That was a 217. Not good. All comes down to the final showdown. It's the final. What's that song? Countdown. That's it. High. 192. Oh, 1 left too. So I had 2 out on every string. Nope. Nope. Oh. Half, 50% on that one. So neither of those were great, but this one was worse. So that goes to the AAF. I'm not gonna call it a victory, but it is what it is. I've done far better bill drills with this gun. Not today though, Sonny. Should we go out to 100?
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay, we're out at 100. We're out at the Mazda. And we have our 100-yard that you've seen many times. 2 mags per gun. Technically the first one, warm up, but we'll see what we can do. 20 rounds in each mag, trying to get 20 hits. I can't even remember which gun it was, but I think the best I've done is 17. So let's go for a 20 today. Starting with G2P. I stand right here. So the sun's a little irritating right now. Jeez, 13. Nice and slow. Because this one feels like it just has to be, the G2P felt like I had more wiggle room. This one has to be dead center. Where the hell did it go? Oh, tie?
12.
Oh, really? I thought I got 14. Okay. That was weird because this one felt like the window, G2P felt like it was anywhere in here. This one felt like anywhere in here. If that makes sense. All right, so I think the G2P's up 1. Reloads. So the interesting part about this is the AAF, when we were out here, it was brand new. And the problem while doing the reloads was that the safety, the thumb safety was way too loose. So I kept activating the thumb safety, but I fixed it. So I think it should be totally good now. And I think they were fairly fast on that day. But the G2P is tied with the Limcat for the fastest at second 1.32. It's an uphill battle right now. We're running out of time for the AAF. Okay, we're moving on to 1R1s, 1 reload 1. And I do this quite a bit, almost every video. The current best time is 1.32. That is set with the Cardinal G2P and that Limcat. So I know I struggled with this on the day that I did the review on it because the thumb safety was just way too loose, and every time I'd hit that reload, that mag release, thumb move back up, I'd sweep the thumb safety on. So I fixed that. But usually to get to that 1.32, I'm doing this for a while. It always takes a little bit to warm up. We're just doing 1 mag, whatever happens, happens. So we'll see. I mean, it's only like 10 reps because we have 20 rounds, 2 shots per string. Let's get it. That's not a great start. So advantage will be G2P on this because I'll be a little warmed up. Okay, starting over. We had to move. The sun is horrible right now, so I'm trying to shoot at an angle to keep the sun at bay. It's a lot better. 190. 152. 152 is acceptable. I switched mags. That base plate makes this a bit of a challenge. Oh, killing me. 164 with the miss. 151. Okay, that was ugly, but a 151, acceptable. But let's move on to the G2P. G2P time. As I mentioned, this thing holds the record, tied for the record with the Limcat. Let's see what it does. 151, is that the time to beat?
151, yeah.
Okay. Ooh, bad start. Look, I felt like I short stroked it. 186. Oh, couldn't reach that mag release, man. I'm telling you, that Limcat is so money. Well, shit, it locked back on me. I wasn't expecting that. 180. I'm having a hard time getting the slide back. These are giving me trouble today. I'm just put it out there if it's not obvious, but I need to go slow and work my way into it because I am not on my game. Oh, the follow-up's killing me, man. That was a 154, getting into that zone. 153. Luckily, I got away with it. I mean, that was all grip, man. Just from like barely gripping the gun at that second shot.
Oh!
154.
Dang.
Feels faster, right?
Yeah. I thought that beat it for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the difference between a 154 and that 149 is imperceivable.
Yeah.
So, this is the last one. Oh! 144 it would have been.
Yeah.
AAF won it.
Nice.
Man, but has very little to do with the gun and just how I repped it out, but neither of which were very good today. These are weird. Take a little time off 1R1s and it feels so foreign. Getting that down, like when you've seen, I mean, some guns, it's happened fairly quicker, but usually it's like we rep this out for a while to get down to the 1.32s. But not today. You get a mag, warm-up mag and a mag. If you can believe it, it's all tied going into the final drill. And what are we doing for the final drill? Well, something that incorporates a little bit of everything for the most part. We are doing the Modern Samurai Project Black Belt Standard. You've seen it on the channel before. 4 different stations that we're gonna shoot from, starting at the 3-yard line, and I'll just tell you about them as we go through the drill. Okay, just had to readjust everything because the sun angle, this time of year, sun is just right in my face. So doing it a little different, it's a little weird, but starting off 3 and 2, 3-yard line, 3 to the A zone, 2 to the head, 2 seconds. And at every station, you get 2 opportunities. Let's see if we can do it. Pass this drill once. Line break?
Ooh, maybe.
That's a line break, dude.
She counts. Yeah,
191, but I can redo it just for any perception of that not being, but it is. It counts, but. Oh, that was too even.
Dang.
So that's a pass, and not a great one, but a pass. I had a trigger freeze in there, dude. But that first one counted.
Yep.
But it's always fun to get another rep. Oh man, that was a horrible draw. Got it? We're at 9.6.
Nice.
Dude, I always do that. I hit something, but you see first shot, 9.6. Right there.
Yep.
Okay, Bill. Clean. Bottom line break? Is that the 1 second? That's clean either way, but 2:02. So I have 2 seconds, right?
Yep.
That's not easy, man.
Staying close though.
Yeah, it's close. 200ths, but that's forever. High. Just barely high. 176. Shit! Well, we'll see. So 176, well, 202 is the clean one. So we'll just see what the AAF does. And then 1.5 second draw at 25. Felt left. 130. Hopefully I broke it while I was moving left. No, left. Definitely left. I felt that. It all comes down to this. That could be it. 128. So that was actually faster. I think it's in. Yep. Okay, so past that, it was just a bill drill, right?
Yep.
Okay. So let's put up a new target and run it with the AAF. All right, the Alpha American X Covert's turn. And there's gonna be some of these, like with this being such a heavy gun, it shoots so amazing, but the draw is slower. And it's gonna be a challenge on some of these. But maybe just coming out that weight, it won't move. We'll see. But I'm glad it came down to the final drill, because these guns are all so good that really trying to pick a top one, it could go either way on any given day. Oh, low. 189. Okay, that's a 176. Got close with that line breaks, but we're good.
I believe it was faster than the...
That was, yeah, it was. That's one thing about this gun. The trigger is so short and the reset is so short. It's just the weight coming out of the holster can be heavy. This one is the one that is the hardest for me. Or the bill drill, I guess, but. Got it. 9.6. I just want to leave the bill drill, don't I? Okay.
Nobody likes your build.
No. I'm gonna find this Bill character one day. Toilet paper his house. 1 out, 2 out. Yeah, drop that. 180. 1 out in a 202.
Dang.
So, but I didn't get it clean. So it's all over. 129. Felt like it could be in there. I think it is. Maybe it's left. I didn't mark those though. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
But that's it. Low right, right?
Could be it.
Why didn't I mark them? But I'm pretty sure it's that one. Because I know that's one. So it's either that or that. Okay. I have time. Breathe. Get a good trigger pull. 136. Yeah, plenty. So that's good. It's just a bill drill. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, just got done with the first head-to-head competition. The first two guns faced off in the battle of trying to figure out the top 2011 of 2025. So today we drew the names out of the hat, and it was the Alpha American X Covert up against the Cardinal Arms G2P. And let me tell you, it came down to the wire. They both have things that they're very good at. And honestly, I was a little bit surprised to see some of the stuff that, particularly that the G2P won at today. I was positive that the Alpha American was gonna win the bill drill. And it actually ended up, it won the first bill drill, but in the final challenge, I ended up pulling a couple shots and the Cardinal got the victory. It is important for me to put a little disclaimer out there that this is the best way I can think of doing it. Instead of just me picking based on my subjective biases and preferences, I think getting them out on the range and shooting them, putting them on the clock, getting those metrics is the best way to do it. But of course, it still comes down to me shooting them. And some days I have a bad day, some days are a better day. And that's just the way that it's gonna go. So today, the Cardinal G2P took the W. I love this gun, but I love all these guns. All these guns are fantastic, but we're trying to get to one of them. This thing is gonna move on in the bracket. The next video will be 2 new guns facing off. We're gonna have to figure out how to work that odd man out into the equation, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. I know I had a blast, and I'm really happy that it came down to the last drill, the black belt standard. I think that's a good one to end it on. It just incorporates all that stuff, and you have to put it into practice. But stay tuned, because this series is long from over. We still have a lot of guns to put up against each other to get to that final top 2011 of 2025. Please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Jeff for the Weapon Collective. Catch you next time. Right now, right in my eyes, maybe we can turn it or something, but and then hold on, what was I gonna say? Do you remember?
I don't know. Yeah.